I'm so excited. I love when Natalie Pohorecki, our resident makeup artist, comes on because today it's time to talk makeup as we usually talk.
Always.
But before we talk about how to get that flawless look, we have to start off with the proper tools.
Absolutely.
Natalie, good morning. Thank you so much. I get so excited when you're
we get
here.
excited every time I bring them brushes. You play, so
I
know
love
we had to
makeup
do this.
and makeup brushes, and
it's the most
so
fun.
many people don't realize how important that is to getting that flawless look. Natalie, where are we starting off?
You know, that's my main question from clients is how do I get it to look like you do when you do my makeup? And you know, the biggest thing is having proper tools. You know, if we're going to build a house, we need the proper tools, right?
There you go.
So, you know, you need to start off with complexion. You know, getting the flawless complexion is the right tool. If you use a powder, we want to make sure we have the proper powder brush. We also have this little short kabuki one too. And either way, you're going to get a very flawless look, but the condensed bristles help to give more coverage.
Okay.
So when we're using that powder foundation or a powder to set your foundation, you know, my favorite is my foundation brush, this one right here. I use that for everything. I use it to clean up underneath my eyes if you make mistakes. Yeah. You use it, you know, to put on that perfect liquid foundation. And now we have something new. It's called a stippling brush.
Love new. Okay.
I know. So what this does, it has this little white hairs here that pick up foundation, disperse it down to the black hairs, and then give it an airbrush look. Which is exactly what we want these days.
Because who's going to buy that equipment?
And this is the easy way to do it at home.
Exactly.
We got this airbrush look, and that's what everybody asks me. Oh, I want that flawless look that I see in magazines. And everybody, you know, when they come in, they're like, I don't want foundation that looks heavy or cakey. This is how you get it. So
to get an even application, you do need a brush.
You
need
absolutely
some type
need a
of brush.
Absolutely,
To
because
begin with, and not use your fingers.
Well, your fingers have oils on them. Bacteria, great things like that we don't want on our skin. We use a sponge and it soaks up half the foundation we're using. So when you're spending the money you are, yeah, exactly, and we don't want to waste it. So, you know, my next thing is we don't need all of these brushes.
I was going to ask you too.
I need all of these brushes.
Who is going to have all these brushes at home? And you know, brushes aren't cheap too. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
But when you invest, you get
it's worth it.
They're going to last a long time,
and you have to properly take care of that.
Absolutely.
As well, too.
So you know, I always say you need your foundation brush, whichever you choose.
Okay, so let's say we have a bare face. Okay, and some of the steps that we use for makeup, we've got our concealer, we've got our foundation, and our powder. How many brushes do we need for those 3 applications?
3. Pick your favorite foundation. You need a concealer brush, one that looks like this.
That looks like a mini paintbrush.
It is exactly, and there's synthetic hairs because it's going to, absolutely, because you're going to pick up that liquid and it's going to help to disperse it a little bit more evenly. You can also use that for cream shadow.
Really quick though, what if you don't have a liquid? What if it's more of a cream base?
That's perfect. No, that's exactly what you should use. And we want to pat it in when we use that.
Gotcha.
Use the cream because you're going to use less.
Nice and gentle.
Yeah, you're going to use less of the product and make it look a little bit lighter on the skin. So, and you can also use that for like cream shadows. So you can make it a multi-use.
So just really like wipe this off. You can use a makeup remover and wipe this off, and then use it for
you can even use your face wash.
Wow.
Perfect. So, and then, you know, 2 more brushes that I say you need is one of these large blending brushes for the eyes. That's how you get that really pretty, even look with your shadows instead of using the applicators. Applicators tend to look heavy and cakey when we use them, and you never get that even application.
You're talking about that,
the ones that come with it.
Oh, I can't stand those.
We don't want to use those. I don't like
using those.
And then another one is this little tapered contour brush. This is how you get that contour on the eye with the darker shadows, or if you want to make a smoky eye. And just to get more color too, because it's short, and when they're short and stacked together better, you pick up more pigment. And
I can feel the how it's more pointy.
Yeah, and that fits perfectly in the corner of your eye.
Okay.
Right? So
we can talk for hours.
I know we could,
literally can. Really quick, I know I have to wrap, but let's say you want to, you know, spruce up the brows. You have sparse brows. What should you be using? A liner, a pencil, or actually a brush with powder?
Well, you can do any of the above. If you're going to do a brush with powder, a very stiff brush like this one that's angled is going to give you that perfect defined look. If you're using your brow pencil, go ahead and define with the brow, and then you can actually go through with this and give it a little bit more of a natural look.
All right, Natalie Pohorecki, we're not done with you
No,
just yet.
yay.
Because when you're coming on, you give us so much good information. We want to use you again. And, you know, you can't have the flawless makeup without taking
Flawless
care
skin.
of your skin.
Absolutely.
So, when, you know, in a couple of
Perfect.
minutes, I would say, not when we come back, but in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to talk to you about some of the things to help get our skin up to par so we can have the perfect
Good.
look. Natalie, we'll
Sounds
check in with
good.
you in just a little bit. We have to take a break. It is 6:15. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.